something, do we have a problem? I put you in a box and ship your body to Nevada. I really didn't want to hurt the child, but I gotta. You been a bad kid.
No, but I'm saying, no, you said that though, so I'm trying to figure out what are you getting at when you say that. But you said it for them, so what are you getting at?
I'm trying to speak on their behalf.
Alright, now continue speaking then. When you say that, what are you saying though? You trying to say I ain't on shit? What you trying to say? That's what you trying to say. I'm not on that level? That's what you saying?
Oh, bro, they just said that shit.
They trying to say I'm not on that level.
He's saying they bigger artists.
You saying they bigger artists, that's what you saying?
No, they not trying to say that. They just saying they work more.
No, you said that. Mind you, you just said that.
Bitch ass niggas, what you saying?
Potato man head ass.
Fuck you talking about? I'ma tell.
Yungeen Ace go harder than Raw Wave.
Hey, I'm gonna tell Rod Wave, and I'm gonna tell Young Boy to tell y'all ass. Y'all trying to charge them 20,000 and trying to charge me this and trying to charge niggas under us this. Then that's what you saying. Now, what if Young Boy and Rod Wave don't use the beats no more? Then what?
So I just seen this video with Yungeen Ace, and he was basically yelling at this producer or this dude on the phone, talking about why you charging these people this and you charging me this? Did you trying to say that they bigger artists than me? Listen here, Yungeen Ace, and I'm a fan of Yungeen Ace. I'm gonna say that before I say anything. I'm a fan of Yungeen Ace. I've been listening to his music since when he had the long ass motherfucking ugly ass dreads. I've been listening to him for a long ass time, right? But listen here, bro. You out of all people should know that there's levels to this shit, man. It is levels to this rapping shit, bro. Even the people that look like they got money and they look like they got status like that, they don't got status like that, bro. They don't got status like that. And some people, they reach certain levels and they think that they all the way up here with everybody else. And that's just not the case. And we see it so many times where these artists tend to get humbled, bro. They tend to get humbled because you're not one of them. You think you are, but you're not. And I feel like a lot of it comes from social media glazing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of it comes from these people being in their circle and their circle not telling them, yo, you're not like that, bro. Because you see, the thing about it is, when you're getting money, right, the people in your circle, they're going to want to gas you up so that they can get a piece of that. They don't want to tell you the real. They don't want to sit you down and tell you what's real to your face because they don't want to get sent off and get looked at like a hater. And we see it time and time and again. This reminds me of that scene from the Boondocks. This reminds me of that scene from the Boondocks when Thug Nificent, he was like, oh, what? I'm not, y'all don't recognize me. Y'all don't see me no more. I'm not the same. And his homie's still trying to make him feel like he's somebody, but he going broke. The people trying to get the debt from him. Say how the water fountain wasn't working no more. This reminds me of that.
Everything's okay.
Okay? Nigga, everything is better than okay. It's thugnificent. You just wait to see the moves your boy's making. You know what I'm saying? Federal Reserve calling me for loans, Obama and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you need some money? Man, who the fuck is this calling me? Warren motherfucking Buffett. What up, nigga? Oh, nigga, stop beating around the bush. How much you need? $2 billion? I'm giving you 8. And don't pay me back, nigga. You good. All right, my nigga.
Bruh, this is what I said in the last video, bro. Rapping has no longevity, bro. A lot of the most successful rappers that get so much praise and stuff like that, they're in other things. Like Ice Cube, for example. He took his rap fame and his rap money and his rap career and he went and turned that shit into movies, television shows. Same thing with 50 Cent. Same thing with Snoop Dogg. Same thing with these polarizing figures that are etched into history that you cannot fuck with. These names that you just simply cannot fuck with. Not because they're the biggest, most baddest rappers of the world, but because they were the smartest rappers of the world. And they took their opportunities and they double, triple, and quadruple. You gotta take your opportunity, double, triple, and quadruple. Trying to ride that same wave that you was riding in 2018, you gonna crash and burn, bro. And now he's starting to feel the effects of that crashing and burning. He over here yelling, talking about some, what if they don't use the beat? What you gonna do on the beat? Well, if you drop a song, it's not gonna go that far, bro. When Yungeen Ace drops music, everybody ain't listening to it. It's not all over the timelines of Twitter and Instagram. It's not, all these artists aren't reposting it on their story. You're not one of them. You don't need to be on these cameras going off on these producers, because now you starting to make it known. See, a lot of rappers, they don't make it known. They just understand, I'm not at that level. I'm gonna keep working till I'm at that level. But you acting like you at that level, and you arguing with a producer talking about why you want to charge me this? What you mean why I want to charge you this? I'm not about to get a lot of money off the royalties, because not a lot of people are gonna listen to the song. This is a fire ass beat. If I give this beat to NBA Youngboy, I already know I'm gonna get a good return on investment. With you, it's kind of shaky. Some songs do good, but you got a lot of songs that ain't nobody heard. And that's just how it is, man. Not to say that Yungeen Ace is a bad artist. He's a good artist. He's a really, 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 really talented artist. But a lot of his fame and a lot of his credit that he and his claim to fame, sorry to say it, but it came from that shooting where his brothers died in that car. That's where a lot of your fame came from. You wasn't really known. You had that song Pain. That was a good song. F that, but that wasn't, people knew you from Pain. That was that one. What you know about pain? Tired of going through all this pain. That was you. That was your song. That blew you up. And then you had that other song, what was it? What's that boy name? Black Youngster? And Step Harder. But Step Harder, it was good, but people don't listen to it. You're not an artist that people just constantly listen to. Like, when you pop out and you have a good song, you have a good song. But I don't hear people just listening to Yungeen Ace. How they listen to Raw Wave and Young Boy. Whenever you go and when I go into my job and I hear people playing on the speaker, I don't hear Yungeen Ace. I hear Raw Wave. I hear Young Boy. I hear Sexy Red. I hear Lotto. I hear Megan Thee Stallion. I hear The Baby. I hear these names. Mainstream artists. You know what I'm saying? There's A-list, C-list, B-list. There's these lists for a reason, because it's like that for real. It's tier lists as to who's big and who's not, who's hot, who's not. Whatever P. Diddy said. It's a tier list for it. And sorry to say it, Yungeen Ace, you're not that high up the tier list. Your fame has been dwindling ever since Julio died. Because that was y'all had the Batman and Joker thing going on. I'm saying y'all had a Batman Joker thing going on. Y'all was going back and forth with the who I smoke, and he had this thing when I see you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all thing going on. Y'all had a little hip hop rivalry, kind of the same way that had Kendrick Lamar and Drake. That rap beef, that rap rivalry, where it's two giants going against each other. That's always been good for business. 50 Cent and Kanye West did the same thing, so we can't blame you for that. But at the same time, after Julio, you should have never ordered that hit on Julio, bro. Ever in your life. Because now, no one gives a fuck. He's dead now. Who cares? When he was alive and y'all was going at it, it was good. But you got so emotional because it's a real thing. But you got to learn when to put your personal beef behind you for the sake of the business. 50 Cent, when he got shot 9 times and he saw his man, he didn't order that hit on, or when he got into a beef with Ja Rule, he didn't order a hit on Ja Rule. He did some petty ass shit, but he never took out his competition. So why would you take out your competition? That makes no sense. You were Batman, that was your Joker. You took out your Joker without, what's the other villains? Freeze, without blanking right now. I can't think of any super villains. But without the super villain, the superhero ain't shit. Without evil, there is no good. You should have kept Julio around. And so now you in a position where you got to figure out where is your next claim to fame. Because like I said, you were not necessarily known for the music. You got good music, but the type of music that you make, anybody can make. Anybody from Florida can make the music that you make. So, oh no, this is why I said in that other video, y'all got to learn how to be versatile. Switch it up. Just switch it completely up. Switch it up. Do something else. Switch it up, bro. For real, man. For real, bro. You can't talk about Young Boy and these people because they're known strictly for their music, bro. They're known strictly for music. Like, you think of Young Boy, yeah, think of the other stuff that he got going on, but Young Boy doesn't, his claim to fame wasn't the other stuff that he had going on. It was simply because of the fact that he made some powerful music. Nowadays, he's not making that much powerful music. He kind of just doing what he doing. And it's working because he got a very, very loyal fan base. So Young Boy, he can go on the track and just breathe, and people gonna be like, why be better? That's just how it is. You gotta accept that. Young boy can go on a track and just say and they gonna fuck with it. So hey, you can't say nothing, man. You can't say nothing, bro. So yeah, you gotta understand that there's levels to this shit, bro. You gotta understand there's levels to this shit. Same thing with YK Osiris. He had to understand there's levels to this shit. Same thing with the baby. He had to understand that there's levels to this shit when he got took down a couple of levels. He realized, wow, I'm really not the same that I used to be. This is not how it used to be when I first came out here. But these rappers, they're not understanding that the difference between them and the great ones before them is that they branched out into different things. These rappers don't want to branch out for real. They kind of just do what they want to do, what works, till it don't work no more. But it is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this little situation with Yungeen Ace, man, yelling at the producer, talking about some, you know what I'm saying, getting mad at him. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications, share the video with all of your friends. And to some guys, peace out. And I'm bad like a bad habit. I'ma get the job done like a task rabbit. Get your hands off me, this a new jacket. New